Good morning, everybody. Okay, so welcome to our Wednesday asynchronous class. Today we are going to talk about drugs. Last week we did about alcohol. This week we're going to talk about drugs. So I'm just going to share my screen with you guys. There we go. So this one is called Drugs and You, Get the Facts. So if you look on the front, we see some pictures. We see pictures of a marijuana leaf. We see a bag of white powder here, and we see some pills. So there are some drugs. So we're going to talk about this right now. So drugs change the way you think, act, or feel. Some people use drugs to get high. They might feel silly and forget their worries. But when the high goes away, they can feel even worse. Some drugs can make a person feel sad or afraid. Some drugs can make a
Drugs.
person see, hear, or feel things that are not real. Drugs are dangerous. Drugs can hurt you. It's important to know about drugs. Let's see the second page. All right. Mr. Toy, can you read the first? Could you read this for us, please?
Yes, medicine is a drug. Doctors give medicine to help people that are hurt or sick. Medicine is good for you if you take it the right way. Some people take medicine the wrong way to get high. Use medicine the wrong way is not smart. It is not safe and it can hurt you.
Good. Yeah, exactly. So medicine. Remember, medicine in the brown bottles. That's if you are hurt or sick or have a certain condition that you have to take medicine for. And you should only take what it says on the bottle. And only the person's name on the bottle should be taking it. Some people take these pills, and it makes them feel different, but it can be very dangerous. Okay, so do you want to try and do this next one for me, Mr. Gio?
Yes, sir. Uh, Marijuana is a common drug often called weed or pot. Marijuana changes how your brain, heart, and lungs work. Marijuana can be smoked or eaten to get high. The United States government say that it is against the law to use marijuana. Some states have laws that let people use marijuana. Some doctors give sick people marijuana as medicine. Using marijuana the wrong way is not smart. It is not safe, and it can hurt you.
Very good. Yeah. So, like it says there, marijuana in some places in America, well, the United States government says that it's against the law, but here in California, marijuana is actually legal. But like alcohol and tobacco, it has restrictions. You can only buy it in certain places. You have to be a certain age. And just like alcohol and nicotine, using marijuana the wrong way is not smart. Okay. So it can hurt you in certain ways. So that's another thing. So remember, marijuana, it can be smoked, or it can even be eaten. So you have to be careful of that. Okay. Ms. Rubyette, any questions on that, you guys? About the first things that we've done. We've talked about prescription medicine and we've talked about marijuana.
So medicine as far as called as prescription drugs when you're talking about medicine.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So the first one is prescribed medicine from the doctor, and the second one was talking about marijuana. Okay. So a lot of people will say that marijuana is not a drug, in the same way that people say that alcohol and tobacco are not drugs. They do contain some kind of element that can affect you. And that's why I think they're called drugs, just like coffee, I suppose. All right, Rubyette, could you read the last one for us?
Yeah. Some people breathe in chemicals like hairspray, glue, or cleaning sprays to get high. This can cause nosebleeds, breathing trouble, and even death. Using chemicals the wrong way is not smart. It is not safe. It can hurt you.
Yeah, so if you've ever seen this, I have. Growing up in my neighborhood, when I was a kid, I saw this a lot. People would inhale glue, they would inhale chemicals, they would spray them and sniff them and try and get a high, and that is really bad for you. That is really, really bad. It can affect your brain long term and do all kinds of stuff. So again, the main thing is peer pressure. Know the dangers, know what could happen, and try and stay away from these things if you can. Be safe. Okay, so it says here, using chemicals the wrong way is not smart. So the chemicals that you use, some of the glues, the stuff, they're used for woodwork. They're used for construction. They're used for one thing. So if you use them the right way, you're fine. But if people start smelling them, I mean, inhaling them, not just smelling it in the air, it can be very bad for you. All right, good reading, guys. We're going to read on. We're going to go to the next page. Okay, so there are many other illegal drugs. Some people use these drugs by sniffing, smoking, or injecting them. These drugs are very dangerous. Using these drugs is not smart. It's not safe, and it can hurt you. Learning about drugs is smart. Understanding what drugs can do to you and others is smart. Someone may ask you to try drugs. You might feel peer pressure to use drugs. It's your decision to use or not use drugs. Think it through and choose smart. Okay? So it's all about your decision, and peer pressure is the main thing. Just because everyone else is doing it in your group doesn't mean that you have to do it. Think about the risks associated with that. Okay, guys, good job. We are going to move on now, and we're going to do a little interactive part where we're going to talk about this. Okay. Oopsie daisy, I'm in the wrong month. There we go. Oh my goodness, I went to the wrong one, didn't I? Sorry. Good job we're recording this, so you can have a real lifelike lesson, and Mr.Lord can't find it. Okay, it was, I think it was this one. Rights and responsibilities, here we go. All right, okay, here we go. This is our activity. So, understanding drugs. Let me make this bigger for you so you can all see it a little bit better. Right, so this says, what does this one say here, Mr. Choi?
I have the right to.
I have the right to, Mr. Gio.
But I have the responsibility to.
Right, so you see the difference? You have the, just because you have the right to do something doesn't mean you have to do it. Okay, just because it's legal and you're allowed to and you can doesn't mean you should. Okay, that's your right. But your responsibility, you've got to act appropriate. So I have the right to
choose to drink alcohol when I am of legal age.
All right, that's a right. Okay, so you choose to drink alcohol when I'm of legal age, but I have the responsibility to
make safe and smart decisions about how much I drink.
Right. So remember, we watched the thing about, what was his name? Tony, Kevin, the guy who drank too much and fell over. Remember?
Make safe and smart decisions about how much I drink.
Okay. I also have the right to
choose to use tobacco and other nicotine products when I am legally old enough.
Okay, so you can use tobacco products. You can smoke when you're legally old enough, but you have the responsibility to. Can you read that for me, Gio? Your responsibility.
Yeah, the responsibility to is understand what tobacco and nicotine products can do to my health and life.
Yes, you have the responsibility to find out. Okay, so right, let's find out.
Buy alcohol when I.
Okay, so you have the right to. Can you read this one for me, Rubyette?
Buy alcohol when I am legally old enough.
Yeah, so you can buy alcohol when you're legally old enough. That's your right. And your responsibility with that, Mr. Toy?
Never buy alcohol for people who are not old enough to drink.
Yeah, we spoke about that. You know, I think Miss Rubyette went into detail about that in her group. I know I spoke with her group as well about it. But yeah, you should never buy alcohol for people who are not old enough to drink. You can get in trouble for that one. You can get in big trouble. All right, so let's see. We did that one.
Never.
Okay, right. Can you read this one for me, Rubyette?
Say no to drugs, alcohol, and tobacco.
Yep, you have the right to say no to drugs, alcohol, and tobacco. And Mr. Toy, your responsibility with that?
Understand why drugs are dangerous.
Yep, the responsibility is to understand why drugs are dangerous. Okay, so you need to know why. You know, they're not bad. They're not good for me. Okay, they might affect me in a way that I don't like. So there we go. There's our list of rights and responsibilities. Let's just make that smaller so you can all see it at the same time. There we go. Okay, so there's your rights. You have the right.
Understand.
So you have the right to choose alcohol, but you have the responsibility to make smart and safe decisions. You have the right to choose tobacco products and other nicotine products when you're old enough, but you have the responsibility to understand what tobacco and nicotine can do to your health and life. You have the right to buy alcohol when you're legally old enough. Does everyone remember how old you need to be?
21.
21.
Yep, 21. You got to be 21 in California. So yep, you're legally old enough to buy it. But remember, never ever buy alcohol for people who are old enough, who are not old enough to drink. Okay. And the final one, I have the right to say no to drugs, alcohol, and tobacco. I have the responsibility to understand why they're dangerous. Okay. All right. So let's move on quickly. Okay. So we've got some questions that we're going to ask here. Okay. So Aaliyah, I'll say Aaliyah. Aaliyah is 21 years of age. What does that mean when someone's 21? What can they do at 21?
They can buy out.
They can buy alcohol. That's right, yeah. So Aaliyah is 21 years old. She is going to a party with her friends. Her friend asks her to buy alcohol for them. Her friends are not old enough to legally drink. She tells her friends no. So our question to you, Mr. Gio, does Aaliyah have the right to buy alcohol? Yes or no?
That's a good question, Mr. Lord. Yes, she is, because she's 21 years old.
Exactly. Perfect. Yes, yes. Aaliyah does have the right to buy alcohol because it says right here, she's 21, so she has the right. So let's click yes then.
Yes.
Good job, Gio. Zach, I can see you celebrating now. All right. All right. So this one's for you, Miss Rubyette. Is Aaliyah being responsible?
I would say yes because her friends are not old enough to drink, and she tells them no.
Good. Yeah, exactly. Right here, look in the text. Her friends are not old enough to legally drink, and she says no. So she is being responsible. Very good, Miss Rubyette. So let's click yes.
Yes.
Yep. 2 from 2, guys. Let's keep it up. All right. Let's go. So let's look at this one then. Aaliyah is 21 years old. She is going to a party with friends. Her friends ask her to buy alcohol for them. They are not old enough to legally drink. She buys alcohol for her friends and tells them, just this once. Now, Mr. Toy, does Aaliyah have the right to buy alcohol?
Yes, she does. She's 21 years old. So
Yep, she's 20. Yep, she's of legal age. She's 21. She can legally.
Yes.
Now, Mr. Gio, is Aaliyah being responsible?
No, not at all, because she's buying like alcohol for her friends, and their friends is like not 21 yet.
Perfect. Yep, exactly. She's not being responsible, said Gio, because she's buying alcohol for her friends who are not old enough to legally drink. And even though she says just once, not responsible. There could be big consequences. So we're going to go for no.
No.
Yay, Zaki got it again. All right, very good. Okay, let's move on to the next page. That's that one. Okay. All right, so you this time, Miss Rubyette. So we're about Elan. Is that how you say his name? Elan? I think there's a Lotus car called a Lotus Elan. Anyway, Elan is 19 years old. Okay, he's 19. Let's think about that. He sees his aunt smoking cigarettes. He's thinking about trying a cigarette. He takes a cigarette from his aunt's purse and smokes it. Does Elan have the right to smoke cigarettes? Yes or no, Miss Rubyette?
I would say yes because you had to be 18 in order to smoke.
Very good.
So yeah.
So you say yes, he does have the right. So as Miss Rubyette pointed out, it says right here, Elan is 19 years old, And Miss Rubyette said, you have to be 18 to smoke. So he's legally able to smoke and purchase cigarettes. So we'll put yes, thank you.
Yes.
All right, Mr. Toy. Is Elan being responsible?
No,
Why not?
because he's taking a cigarette from his aunt's purse and he didn't ask her.
Well, exactly. Yeah. He's being all sneaky, right? He's getting one on the sly when she's not looking. He's stealing a cigarette and he's not being responsible. Is he telling anybody he's doing it?
Huh?
Is he telling anybody that he's going to try a cigarette?
No.
No, he's being all sneaky. So I agree with you there, Mr. Toy. I think he's not being responsible.
No.
All right. So next one. So I guess this one's for you now, Rubyette. Elan is 19 years old. He sees his aunt smoking cigarettes. He is thinking about trying a cigarette. He goes online to see what cigarettes can do to his health before he decides to smoke. So same question again, Rubyette. Does Elan have the right to smoke cigarettes?
Yes.
And why? What was the excuse you gave? What was the reason you gave?
Because he's 19 and he had to be 18 in order to smoke.
Exactly. He's old enough. So he does have the right. So yes, he has the right. Now,
Yes.
same question to you again, Mr. Tully. Is Elan being responsible this time?
Yes, because he went online to see what smoking does to your body and things of that nature. So, in a sense, he's being responsible.
Yep, brilliant answer. Yep, exactly like it says right there. He went online to find out what smoking can do to him first before he wants to try it. So he's being responsible. Okay. So here he looked it up before he tried it instead of doing it the other way around, which is a very smart thing to do. So yes, Elan was being responsible. Very good. Let's keep going. All right, here we go. Heidi. Okay, so Heidi is 22 years of age. Heidi is 22. She is at a party. Heidi is offered a beer by a friend. She decides to drink one beer and she'll get a ride from her friend who is not drinking. Okay, so Mr. Toy, does Heidi have the right to drink a beer at the party? Yes or no?
Yes, she does because she is over 21. So, she has the right.
Yep, very good. Yep. So as Mr. Toy said, she does have the right because she is 22. She is older than 21. Remember, if you're 21 or older, you can legally purchase and consume alcohol. But she does have the right, yes.
Yes.
All right, so Miss Rubyette, question to you. Is Heidi being responsible? Yes or no?
Yes, because she says she will get a ride from her friend who has not been drinking.
Right, and what else? What else does she say here in the middle?
She's gonna get a ride. She's not gonna drive, so she's gonna drink a beer and get a ride from somebody who has not been drinking.
Yes, so as Miss Rubyette said first, she's being responsible because she's going to get a ride from somebody who has not been drinking, and she only decided to have one beer.
Heidi is 20.
Okay, so I think as Miss Rubyette said, Heidi is being responsible.
Yes.
Yeah, good answer. All right. Excuse me. Right. So Heidi is 22 years old. She is at a party. Heidi is offered a beer by a friend. Heidi drinks many beers, then wants to drive home. So, same thing again to you, Mr. Toy. Does Heidi still have the right to drink beer at the party?
Yes, she is. Yes, she does. She's
Yep.
She's over 21.
Yep, she's over 21, so yes, she does.
Yes.
Okay, same question to you this time, Miss Rubyette, from this scenario. Is Heidi being responsible? Yes or no?
No, because she's gonna drink many beers and then she wants to drive herself home.
Right, and that's not being responsible at all, is it? Because as we
No.
discussed earlier, alcohol can affect the way you think, it can affect your motor skills, your motor planning, and your vision and everything else. So you don't want to drink and drive. She's drank many beers and then wants to drive. It's affected her judgment. So not a good decision, as Miss Rubyette correctly said. Heidi is not being responsible. So that's a no.
No.
Yep, we got it. Okay. All right, next one. Okay, we're going to talk about Tina. Okay. Tina is not feeling well. Her friend tells Tina to take one of her mom's pills to make her feel good. Tina knows not to take pills unless the doctor gives them to her. She tells her friend no. Okay, so the question for you, Miss Rubyette. Does Tina have the right to take a pill to feel better? Yes or no?
No. Yeah, she does have a right because if the pills make you feel better and the doctors gave her the right to take it, then yes.
Well, I think she does have the right to take a pill, but not for those reasons. I think the reason is that the doctor's not giving her the pill, but she still has the right to take. She still has the right to take a pill. You can take what you want, I think, is the point that we're making here. You have the right to do it, but the responsibility is a different thing. So, the correct answer, Ruby, yeah. Does Tina have the right to take a pill? Yes, she does. But it's the responsible part we want to look for. So that's a no.
No.
I got it wrong. Tina does have the right. I pressed the wrong button.
Yes.
Yes. Rubyette was right. All right, next question. Is Tina being responsible, Mr. Toy?
Yes, she's being responsible because her friend told her to take one of her mother's pills, which is, she can't take them unless the doctor tells her. So, yes, and she tells her friend no, so she's being responsible.
She is being, yeah, she's being responsible because she says no. She knows that those pills are not for her. It's not got her name on there, so she should not be taking those pills. Unless there's your name on it, don't take it. So yes, she's being responsible because she said no.
Yes.
Good job. Well done. All right, next one. Okay. So this one's for you, Mr. Gio. Tina is not feeling well. Her friend tells Tina to take one of her mom's pills to make her feel good. Tina knows not to take pills unless the doctor gives them to her. She takes the pill anyway. So the question to you, Gio, does Tina have the right to take a pill to feel better?
Yes, she because she's like feeling not feeling well. So the answer is like yes.
Yep. He has a right to feel better. Exactly. So yep.
Yes.
All right. This one's for all three of you. Is Tina being responsible? What do you think? Mr. Toy says no.
No.
Okay. Right. No. And why not? Why not, guys? Why do you say no?
She's taking pills that were not for her.
Exactly. Yeah. Like we keep saying, they're not your pills. Don't take them. Okay. Different people react differently to different medication. Okay. So is Tina being responsible? We say no because Tina knows not to take pills unless the doctor gave them to her. She takes the pill anyway. That's not being responsible. She doesn't know how those pills will make her feel.
No.
We got it. All right, guys. So hopefully from this little lesson, we've learned the difference between rights and responsibilities. Okay. So rights are things that you are legally allowed to do. Doesn't mean you have to do them. Responsibilities, they're up to you. You have to make the right decision. Okay. Well, thanks for checking out the video, guys. And we will see you all tomorrow. Okay. So thanks a lot. Bye. See you guys. Bye, Zach. I know you love Gio getting the right answers.